Hi guys, so today I want to share another story with you. Today I want to talk about Gayle King supporters come out and support her as she returns back to the show. Plus, backlash still continues. Okay guys, I want to come on here really quick and talk about this entire Gayle King situation, especially now because it's trending. And I was on Twitter and people were talking about it, and I thought, okay, I'm going to go ahead and make a video about it because it's been going on days and days and days now. It's not ending, okay? So I'm figuring people want to talk about it. So let's talk about it here on Sharrell's World. Okay, so we all know what happened. Gayle King interviewed Lisa Leslie and wanted to bring, who's a good friend with Kobe Bryant, the late great Kobe Bryant, and Gayle brought up his rape charges back from, I believe it was '03. And a lot of people got offended. I believe Snoop was the first one to publicly speak out against it. He was upset and was like, how dare you bash my homeboy? And then it just spiraled. People were very offended. Gayle came out and said that the network made her do it and she was upset with the network. Come to find out, no, she runs her own show and she provides her own questions. And then Oprah came on television saying that Gayle was getting death threats and she was crying and saying how unfair it was. And then one of the earlier backlash against the anti-Gayle movement would be Susan Rice. She came out and was like, back up off of her, leave her the F alone. Actually said the F word. Like, you used to be in government. Like, oh, okay, fine. And so Gayle skipped work, and then today was her first day back. And then she had, oh, and then I forgot this, and then I'm trying to catch you guys up. And then Bill Cosby was tweeting about it from prison. And then his wife came out. Now, I actually like Camille. I don't contribute what Bill did to Camille. I mean, she might be a little, not so bright, for staying with him, but I like her as a person. Okay, and so now let's get to what happened this morning. So this morning, all of Gayle's high-powered friends decide to come to her aid and start tweeting support for her, and it's called the I Support Gayle movement. And I'll give you an example of some of the high-power friends that she's talking about. One would be Cory Booker, and he is the senator for the state of New Jersey. He came out and said, for those threatening her and inciting violence, stop it immediately. This is unacceptable. We must do better. Another person would be Willie Geist. Now, I'm a huge fan of Willie Geist because I watch Morning Joe every morning, and he's a commentator for MSNBC. He came out and said, the threats against Gayle King for asking a fair question in the course of a long interview are absolutely disgusting. Gayle is one of the most thoughtful people in the business. And she just had all of her high-powered friends coming out in support of her. Now, and of course, her soulmate, Oprah, has been campaigning since the whole incident took place. Now, what? Huh? Listen, there's a couple things I find quite disturbing with this story. Number one, never, ever, ever speak ill of the dead. It's not a good look. You offend people when you do that. It's not good when Gayle King does it. It's not good when President Trump does it. Do you guys remember how he just said the worst things about John McCain? It makes me want to cry. You don't bash the dead, the people that aren't here to defend themselves. So if you decide, and there's what I call a too soon period, but if you decide to invade that time span and put yourself in the too soon period, you have to do it delicately. You're going to offend people. It's just the way it is. Now, another thing that's bothering me about this whole situation, how come Gayle isn't apologizing for offending people? Is it because it's people like Snoop Dogg and the rappers that are coming out against her that she feels like she doesn't owe them an apology? She just gives them all of these boneheaded explanations. You did what you did. You did bring up his rape trial at an inappropriate time. I mean, I don't even think the funeral. I mean, it just happened, and you didn't do it in a polished way, and you offended a lot of people. But instead of apologizing for offending people, saying I didn't mean to, you blamed others. You said it was the network. You said it was they tried to make you look bad, and now you're getting death threats. I don't believe she's getting death threats. Who's threatening you, Gayle? You're not that important. People are voicing their opinion. When people have an opinion, you're a journalist. Let them have their opinions. Don't start making up stories and lies. In my opinion, you have not brought forth not one death threat besides you verbally saying it and your sidekick Oprah. When people pointed it out, the fact that you have a history, a track record, you and Oprah, of really downgrading black men, even though you're a black woman, it's true. You can't. You did it to Michael Jackson. You did it to Kobe. You do. Are just tons of people. You have a track record. You and Oprah, your sidekick, of really verbalizing your opinion about someone after they're dead. For me, when they're alive is the time to do it. Why don't you just own your shit, Gayle? Just say, yes, I don't like Kobe Bryant. This is what he did. These are my feelings. There's nothing wrong with having an opinion on it. But you did it too soon and you offended a lot of people. Why aren't you apologizing for that? You go get your heavyweight, big time, big wig friends to vouch for you. But at the end of the day, don't you get the point that you offended people by talking bad about the dead so soon? And not in a respectful way. You said Lisa Leslie was okay with it. Did she seem okay with it? She kept telling you, no, that's not who he is. No. I mean, I just don't understand why Gayle and Oprah never apologize for anything when they get caught doing something wrong. I mean, it's a proven track record. You say Oprah says she doesn't like people that take advantage of children. But it's a proven fact that you roll with Harvey Weinstein. You never came out and said anything about that. So even if you are targeting black men, maybe you're not aware of it. I know Oprah has the whole Oprah's when you talk about any kind of what's the word I can use with that? Oprah is not perfect. She has flaws just like everyone else, and so does Gayle. But when you get called out on it, just apologize. Stop making excuses for something you did wrong. And it could have been unintentional. Let's say you were just doing the interview and you wanted to know this question. It was only days after his death. Like, but people can point the finger all day long at Donald Trump. They point the finger all day long. Look what he did. He did this wrong. He has no class. He has no this and that. But he's not the only one incapable of doing things in an inappropriate way. And I just feel that Gayle needs to apologize because if for nothing else, it was too soon. And it really came off disrespectful, in my opinion. Now, these death threats, who's threatening you, Gayle? I think that you offended the rap community. You know they are associated with violence, so you're telling a bold-faced lie. In my opinion. That's just my opinion. But, it's a real touchy subject. And I don't know if you guys noticed. I'm not far from talking about touchy subjects because that encourages conversation, which encourages growth. And I really think that Gayle and Oprah need to take a look at themselves when it comes to speaking bad about black dead men. If anything else, if it were me, I'm not saying that your opinion is even wrong, but when a person dies, there's just a certain protocol that you take, and out of respect, I mean, I'm sure you would roll over in your grave if people took the chance to totally bash Oprah when she died. If you have a problem with her, you say it now. The dead can't defend themselves. It's almost a cowardly move, in my opinion. But I want some real conversation here. If I'm wrong and not seeing things right, let me know how you feel about this complete situation. Do you think that Gayle owes Kobe Bryant fans, family, an apology for approaching a touchy topic too soon, days after his death? Or is that good journalism to you? So if you like this video, please don't forget to click that like button. If you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and do that, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.